Hello everyone, I am Divya, your math facilitator. In this video, we shall discuss the solutions of exercise 2 of simple equations chapter of class 7. Okay, so the concepts of this chapter and exercise 1 also I have discussed in the separate videos, and it was a very clear explanation. Do check out that video because these are basic concepts which you are going to carry for your entire life. Okay, solving equations are really important. So be very clear with the concept. As you know, concept gives you power to do mathematics. So do check out those videos by clicking on the I button. Now let's get started. So in this exercise you have two types of problems. Okay, the first one is you have to solve the equation using transpose method, and second model is you have to solve the equation using without transposing. Okay, so with transposing, without transposing. Okay, so the first question is without transposing, and you have to check your results also. So now let us start. So what is the meaning of solving the equation? In the previous exercise we have dealt with solving the equations using trial and error method. Yes, so nothing but we have started taking the values from 0. We tried placing the value. Okay, if the LHS is not equal to RHS, we have moved on to the next value. Yes, so this we continued. Okay, and we got say 7 or 8 steps in that way. Yes, you have taken m equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so instead of that lengthy process, there is an easier method. Okay, a simple method to do. Now we are going to learn that method. Okay, so you are going to solve the equations without transposing, and you will also check your result. Okay, so the first question is, first question, first bit. So it is x plus 5 equal to 9. Okay, and then you have y minus 12 equal to minus 5. Okay, yeah. So here you know what is LHS, what is RHS. Okay, so you have equality sign. The terms which are to the left of this equal to sign are called LHS, and the terms which are to the right of this equal to sign are called RHS. Okay, so the main agenda is you have to get LHS is equal to RHS when you take some value for this variable x. Okay, so here you can see that the variable x is on LHS left hand side, and along with x you have something extra. Now what is that? It is 5. Okay, so you have 5 added to x. So what is happening here? You are having 5 added to x. Okay, it is extra. So what you have to do to get the value of x? You have something excess with you. Okay, so if you want to get the value of x, you have to remove this, right? So how will you remove this? Because you have 5 added to x, you will subtract 5. Okay, because you know plus 5 and minus 5 gives you what? It gives you 0. Okay, so that means here on the LHS you will be left out with only 0, right? So that is the whole aim of this. Okay, so without transposing, in this method we will do in this way. Okay, so if you have something added, okay, so what you will do, you will subtract the same number. Okay, so that is what I told you here. Since you have 5 added, you will subtract 5. Why? Because plus 5 minus 5 gives you 0, so you will get the value of x. Okay, so 5 x plus 5, so you have x plus 5, okay, added. So what did I tell you? You will subtract 5. Okay, you will subtract the same value. Okay, is equal to, you have 9 in the RHS, but you are subtracting 5 on the LHS, which means you should also subtract 5 on RHS. Okay, don't forget this step. Most of the students, what they do is they will just do the operation only on one side and they'll just leave, which gives you a wrong answer. Okay, when you are doing some adjustment on one side, the same adjustment you have to do on the other side also, so that the value of the entire equation will not change. Is it clear? Am I making sense? Okay, so when you are subtracting 5 on LHS, you will also subtract 5 on RHS. Don't forget this step. Okay, so now what happens? X plus 5 minus 5 plus and minus 5 gets 0. Okay, these two gets cancelled and the ultimate result is 0. So this is x plus 0. Okay, equal to 9 minus 5 gives you 4. Okay, so x plus 0 is nothing but x is 4. So the value of x you got it as 4, right? So now this value you have to check. Okay, in the question they have asked you to check. So how will you check? So to check, what do we do is you substitute this value here in the LHS, okay, and you'll see if LHS is equal to RHS or not. Okay, so if you substitute 4 here, what it becomes? So it is 4 plus you have 5. Okay, so this is equal to 9. Okay, so 4 plus 5 is 9. That means LHS you got it as 9. Now RHS is also 9, right? So you got LHS equal to RHS. So whatever answer you got here is correct. Okay, so x equal to 4 is the solution of this equation. Is it clear now? So let us move on to the second bit. You have y minus 12 equal to minus 5. Okay, so here in this case you can see that you have minus 12 extra. Okay, so you have y minus 12. That means 12 is subtracted from y. Yes, you have a minus sign. 12 is subtracted from y. So what should you do here to get y? Since you have something subtracted from y, so if you add the same thing to y, so will that become 0? Okay, you have minus 12. If you add 12 to this, what happens to this entire value? It becomes 0, right? So if you have something subtracted, okay, you will add the same value. Clear? So and this addition also you will add on both the sides. Likewise here we have subtracted on both the sides. Yes, minus 5. The same logic, okay, you will add on both the sides, okay, because minus 12 plus 12 gives you what? 0. Okay, so you have y minus 12. So I told you to remove this minus 12, you will add 12. Okay, so equal to minus 5 you have on the RHS. Okay, so since you are adding 12 on LHS, you will also add 12 on RHS. Okay, not to forget this step. Okay, 12 on both the sides. You will add 12 on both the sides. Clear? So now what happens? Now this is y minus 12 plus 12 gives you 0. So this is y plus 0 you can say. Okay, equal to now 12 minus 5 gives you 7. Okay, so what is the value of y? Y is nothing but 7. Okay, now you have to check. So how do you check? So to check, you will substitute the value of y here. Okay, so y value is substituting here, so it is 7 and you have minus 12. Okay, so 7 minus 12, one positive integer, one negative integer. When you have in this way, what will you do? You will subtract. So 12 minus 7 is 5. And what about the sign of the answer? You will put the sign of the bigger number. Okay, here out of 7 and 12, which is bigger? 12 is bigger. Okay, and 12 has which sign? It has negative sign. So the answer also will have a negative sign. Clear with this? So this you have learnt in your integers chapter, right? So LHS value you got it as minus 5. Now what is RHS? RHS is also minus 5. So LHS is equal to RHS. So that means y equal to 7 is correct, right? So moving on to the third bit. Here you have 3 into x plus 4. Okay, now this became a little complicated, right? So here on the LHS you have the variable x, so you have to find the value of this variable. Okay, but here you have 3 times x, okay, and 4 added to 3 times x. Okay, so firstly let us remove this addition. Okay, now how will you remove this extra 4? This is addition 4. When you have addition, what will you do? You will subtract the same value, right? So this is 3x, 4 is extra. So what will you do? You will subtract the same 4. Okay, equal to, now when you are subtracting 4 on LHS, the same 4 you will subtract on RHS. Okay, so this is 3x plus 4 minus 4 gives you 0. Okay, so this is 19 minus 4 gives you 15. Okay, now this is 3x equal to 15. So finally you got 3x equal to 15. Now earlier also in the exercise 1 problems we have discussed, when you have a constant and variable and there is nothing in between them, which means it is multiplication. Okay, so it is 3 multiplied by x. Okay, so 3 times x. Okay, so x is 3 times, you are multiplying it 3 times. So what should you do so that you will get only the value of x? You have to remove this 3. How will you do that? Now this is multiplication, it is not addition or subtraction. Now if you take addition, you are doing subtraction. Now if you have something subtracted, you are adding it. Now what about multiplication? So the thing is, if you have something in multiplication, you will divide the same number. Okay, if you have something in multiplication in this way, so you will divide with the same number. Okay, and similarly if you have something in division, you will multiply. Okay, we'll do the problems, don't worry, you'll understand. Okay, so see here, now you know that 3 divided by 3 gives you what? 3 ones are 3 ones are, so it gives you 1, right? So the same concept, you have 3 multiplied, I am dividing by 3. Okay, so that I'll get the answer as 1. Okay, and I'll remain only with x. Okay, so let us see here. So 3 into x, so this is 3 multiplied by x, and I am dividing LHS by 3. Okay, so similarly you will divide the RHS by 3. Clear? So this is 3 ones are 3 ones are. Okay, and here also you can see 3 5 times gives you 15. Yes, so what is the final answer? Just see. So you got here 1 into x gives you x. Okay, 1 into x gives you x, divided by 1 also gives you x. Okay, is equal to, now 5 divided by 1 is nothing but 5. So the value of x, you got it as 5. Okay, so let us check now. So to check, what will you do? You will substitute this 5 in this equation. Okay, so this is 3 into, so as I said, it is 3 into x, that means 3 multiplied by x. Okay, you have nothing here, which means multiplication. So 3 multiplied by x is what? X is 5. Okay, you have plus 4. So what is the value here? You have 3 multiplied by 5, 3 5s are 15, you have plus 4. Yes, so this is nothing but 15 plus 4 is 19. Our RHS is also 19. Okay, so you got LHS equal to RHS. Clear? So which means x equal to 5 is the correct solution of this equation. Okay, so now moving on to the next problem. Here you have 9z equal to 81. Okay, similarly as I told you, you have a constant, you have a variable, which means in between you'll have multiplication. Okay, so as I told you, when you have multiplication, here you have 9 extra, you want the value of z. Okay, so you have to remove this 9, but this 9 is in multiplication, so when you have something in multiplication, you have to divide by the same number. Okay, so this is 9z divided by 9. Understood? So you have 9 in multiplication, so you will divide by 9, equal to 81 by 9. Okay, so this 9 and this 9 gets cancelled. Yes, similarly, and here this is 9 ones are 9 nines are 81. Okay, so z equal to, you will get 9 by 1 is nothing but 9. Okay, so how will you check? So to check, again you will substitute this 9 here. Okay, so this is 9 into multiplied by z is nothing but 9 you got. Okay, so 9 nines are 81. Okay, so LHS is 81, RHS is 81, so which means z equal to 9 is the correct solution. Clear? So this is a basic rule for without transposing. Okay, so if you are doing something without transposing, you will do this on both the sides. Okay, so you will do this on both the sides. If you are adding something on one side, you will add the same number on the other side. If you are subtracting something on one side, you will subtract the same number on the other side of the equation. Okay, if you are multiplying something, you will multiply the same number on the other side. If you are dividing something, so you will divide with the same number on the other side also. Okay, so this simple logic you have to remember, and these are really easy. Yes, moving on to the next bit of the same question. So you have to solve this using without transposing method. Okay, so the problems which we have just done, they had variable only on one side of the equation, right? But here you can see you have variables on both the sides of the equation. Okay, so how will you do this now? The same method we shall do. Okay, so look here. So you have 3x plus 8 equal to 5x plus 2. Okay, so always what I suggest is, firstly we shall solve the variable. Okay, so we don't want variable on both the sides and we don't want to make it complicated. We shall make it simple. We'll have variable only on one side. Okay, so how will you do that? Now here, firstly identify which of the both the sides, okay, whether LHS has greater variable or RHS has greater variable. Okay, here you have variable is x, okay, but here this is nothing but 3x. Okay, and here in RHS you have 5x. Now which is greater, 3x or 5x? 3x or 5x? 5x is greater, right? So what we shall do is we shall eliminate this 3x. Okay, so now this 3x is added here. Okay, this 3x is added to 8. Okay, so what we shall do is we shall subtract 3x. Okay, as I said, if you have something added and if you want to remove it, you will subtract the same thing on both the sides, right? So here 3x is added, so let us subtract 3x on both the sides. So this is 3x minus 3x and you have plus 8 here. Okay, equal to 5x plus 2 and you are subtracting 3x on LHS, which means you will subtract 3x on RHS also. Okay, now plus 3x minus 3x, they get cancelled and the result is 0. Okay, so 0 plus 8 is nothing but 8 is equal to, now let us bring these x terms together. So this is 5x minus 3x. Don't forget 3x has a minus sign. Okay, so along with the sign you have to bring it. Okay, and this 2 has plus sign, so it is plus 2. Clear? You don't get confused with the sign. Whatever sign the number has, you will just take them along with the sign. Okay, so this is 8 equal to, now out of 5x you have to subtract 3x. Out of 5x you have to subtract 3x. So what is left over? 2x. Okay, so out of 5x you are subtracting 3x. So you are left out with 2x. Okay, so the same thing I am writing here and you have plus 2. Okay, so this we solve, you got 2x and you have plus 2. Okay, now see. Now this is similar to the previous problem. Okay, you have 2x plus 2 equal to 8. Okay, so you want the value of x. Okay, and now here you can see you have 2 added extra. So what will you do? You will subtract the same 2. Okay, on both the sides. So how will you do that? 8 minus 2. I am subtracting 2 on both the sides. So here also I will write minus 2 equal to 2x plus 2 minus 2. Okay, now plus 2 minus 2, this value becomes 0. Okay, so 8 minus 2 is 6. Okay, so 2x, this becomes 0. Okay, so now again here you see 2x is nothing but 2 into x, 2 multiplied by x. Okay, now here to get the value of x, I have 2 extra and this extra 2 is multiplied. So when I have something in multiplication, I should divide with the same thing, right? So this is 2 into x divided by 2. Okay, since you are dividing by 2 here, this side also will divide by 2. Clear? So now this is 2 ones are 2 threes are 6. Okay, so 3 equal to, now this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled and you are left out with x. So the x value is 3. Okay, now let us check. So how do you check? Simply write the value of x here. So you got x as 3. Okay, so let us take LHS and RHS separately because both the things you have to solve. Right, in previous problem you directly had some value here. Okay, so you just equated, but here you have to solve both the things. There is no value. Okay, so LHS is 3x plus 8. Now what is RHS? RHS is 5x plus 2. Okay, so 3, now this is nothing but 3 into x. Okay, so 3 into 3, x value is 3 plus 8. So 3 threes are 9 plus 8. 9 plus 8 is 17. Okay, now what is this? 5x is nothing but 5 multiplied by x. So x value is 3. You got it 3. And you have plus 2. So this is 5 into 3. 5 threes are 15. You have plus 2. So this is also 17. Okay, so you got LHS equal to RHS equal to 17. Clear? Did you understand why am I solving both the things? Because initially in the previous problem you just had the value. So you solved only the LHS and you equated and you checked if it is equal to RHS or not. But here you don't know the value of RHS also. Both you have to solve and see if the final answer, both the things are equal or not. Clear? So this is also a similar problem. Okay, so here also now firstly you check which has greater value. Okay, 5y or 4y. 5y is greater, right? So we shall eliminate this 4y. Okay, so how will you eliminate that? Now this 4y is addition, this is plus 4y. See, you have nothing here, you don't have minus, this is plus 4y. Okay, so if you are having plus 4y, what should you do? You should subtract 4y. Okay, because you know 4y minus 4y gives you 0. Okay, so since you are subtracting 4y here, on this side also you will subtract 4y. Okay, so it is 5y minus 4y and you have plus 10 here. Okay, I wrote it directly. Okay, I have taken 5y, so you are subtracting 4y on both the sides, right? So I have written minus 4y and you have plus 10 here in LHS, so I have written that. Equal to 4y, so you are subtracting 4y this side also and you have minus 10. Okay, so this gets cancelled. So 5y minus 4y, 5y minus 4y, you are left out with single y. Okay, 1y is nothing but y. Okay, y plus 10 equal to, you have minus 10 left here. Okay, now to get the value of y, you have 10 addition. Okay, 10 extra here. Okay, so something in addition you have, so you have to subtract. Okay, so y plus 10, so you will subtract 10. Okay, and here also you will subtract 10. Already you have minus 10 here, you will subtract another 10. Okay, so y plus 10 minus 10 gets cancelled, the result is 0. Okay, so you are left out with y equal to 2 negative integers you have, so you will add them. Okay, so 10 plus 10 is 20. You will add them and you will write a negative sign in the answer. Okay, so you got y as 20, minus 20. Okay, so let us check our answer. So to check here also you have to take both LHS and RHS. Okay, so what is LHS? LHS is nothing but 5y plus 10. Okay, so 5y, so this is 5 multiplied by y. Y you got as minus 20. Okay, you have plus 10 here. Okay, so this is now 5 multiplied by 20 is 100. Okay, 20 into 5 is 100 and you have a minus sign. Okay, and you have plus 10. Okay, so one negative integer, one positive integer. So what will you do? You will subtract. Okay, subtracting 100 minus 10 gives you 90. Now what is the sign of this answer? The sign will be the sign of the bigger number. Now out of 110, 100 is bigger and 100 has a negative sign. So this also will have a negative sign. Clear? So this is LHS. Now let us write what is RHS. Now RHS is 4y minus 10. Okay, so this is 4 multiplied by value of y is minus 20 and you have minus 10. Okay, so 4 into 20, 4 20s are 80 and you have a minus sign. Okay, and you have minus 10 here, bringing it down. Now this is nothing but 80, 10. You have two negative integers. So what will you do? When you have two negative integers, you will add. So 80 plus 10 is 90. Okay, you will add and you will write a minus sign. Clear? So these basic operations of integers you should be very clear. So because these will be carried out throughout your life, you have to carry these operations throughout your life. Okay, so be clear with these addition, subtraction, multiplication of integers. Okay, so now you have LHS equal to RHS equal to how much? LHS is minus 90, RHS is also minus 90. Okay, so the value of y is minus 20. It is correct. Yes, moving on to the second question. You have to solve these equations by transposing. Okay, so in the earlier problem we have been adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing on both the sides of the equation. Okay, and you had to solve the LHS as well as the RHS, right? Now this method is even more simpler. How? Let us do it and learn. Okay, so you have 2 plus y is equal to 7 and you want the value of y. Okay, and what is extra here? You have plus 2 extra here, right? So how will you solve this? Okay, so initially without transposing, since you have plus 2 extra, you would have subtracted 2 on both the sides. Okay, so here what we will do is we'll completely transfer this 2 to the other side. Okay, why? Because the name of this method is with transposing. Okay, so what is the meaning of transposing? Simple transferring. Okay, so you will transfer this entire 2 to RHS. Okay, so you will completely transfer this. Okay, you will not add, subtract, you will not do anything here. You will just completely transfer this 2 to RHS. Okay, so now when you transfer this 2 to RHS, you will follow these rules. Okay, I'll tell you what happens. Now y equal to 7. Okay, you have y equal to, you have 7. Okay, and this 2 you are transferring it to RHS. Okay, so when this plus 2, this is addition, 2 is plus 2, you don't have anything here, which means it is plus, right? It is a positive integer, so you are transferring a positive integer to RHS, so it becomes negative. Okay, so you will have minus 2. Clear? So the concept behind this I have clearly explained in the concept video. Do check out that, because concepts are really important. Okay, so maybe now you will understand it, you will by heart it, but if you know the concepts, your maths foundations will be very strong. Okay, so now continuing, you are transferring this plus 2 to RHS, so it will become minus 2. Okay, so y equal to 7 minus 2 is 5. Isn't it simple, right? So while transferring, suppose you are transferring a plus quantity, suppose it is addition, a plus quantity you are transferring it to RHS, it will become subtraction. Okay, if you are transferring a minus quantity, it becomes plus. Okay, the same rules which we have written just now. Okay, if you are transferring a multiplication, okay, a quantity which is multiplied, then it becomes division. Okay, if you are transferring a division, it becomes multiplication, right? I'll make it simple for you. Plus, now let us write this as LHS RHS. Okay, suppose you have plus in LHS, when it goes to the other side, it becomes minus. If you have minus in LHS, when it goes to the other side, it becomes plus. Okay, similarly multiplication becomes division, division becomes multiplication. Clear? So plus becomes minus, plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus, minus becomes plus, multiplication becomes division, multiplication becomes division, division becomes multiplication. Clear now? Okay, so plus minus, plus minus, always remember, if you have plus, if you are sending it to other side, it becomes minus. If you have minus, if you are sending it to other side, it becomes plus. Okay, if you have plus, it is minus, if you have minus, it is plus. Okay, now similarly, if you have multiplication, if it goes to the other side, becomes division. If you have division, if it goes to the other side, becomes multiplication. Okay, multiplication, division, division, multiplication. Just remember these two terms together: multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay, plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus, multiplication becomes division, division becomes multiplication. Clear? That's it. Very simple. Take a deep breath, you got the answer. Right? So here we should also check the answer. So how will you check? Okay, simple, substitute y here. Okay, so it is 2 plus, in the place of y you will substitute 5. So 2 plus 5 is nothing but 7. So it is equal to our RHS. Okay, so now moving on to the next one. Here you have 2a minus 3 plus 5. Firstly, we shall remove this 3. Okay, removing 3 here in this method is nothing but transpose, which means you will completely transfer. Okay, so you will completely transfer this. Okay, so now 2a is equal to, now there is no 3 here, there is no minus 3, it just vanishes. Where does it go? It goes to RHS. Okay, so in RHS you have 5 already, write that 5. Okay, and now this is minus 3. Now what did I tell you? Minus becomes plus. Okay, if you have a minus quantity, if it is going to the other side, becomes plus quantity. Okay, so minus 3 becomes plus 3. Simple. Okay, so this is 2a is equal to 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, now I told you that 2a is nothing but 2 multiplied by a. Okay, so what do you have here? You have 2 multiplied by a, that means you have a multiplication. So what does it become when it goes to the other side? It becomes division. Multiplication becomes division, right? So now let us see. So you want only the value of a. Okay, so this 2 I'll send it to the other side. So it becomes division. Okay, so multiplication becomes division. Clear? So now you know 2 1s are 2 4s are 8. Okay, so which means the value of a is 4. Clear? Now just check. So for checking, how will you get the value? So here you have 2, a is nothing but 4 and you have minus 3. Okay, so 2 into 4 is 8 and you have 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay, so LHS value got 5, RHS is also 5. Clear? So LHS equal to RHS. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Here you have 10 minus q equal to 6. Okay, so here I will send this 10 to the other side. So I am left out with minus q. Remember, you are sending only 10 to this side. This minus, this negative sign is for q. Okay, it is not for 10. Okay, 10 is positive. See, you don't have anything here, which means it is positive. Okay, so when you are sending a plus sign to RHS, it becomes what? It becomes minus. Okay, so this becomes, already you have 6 here in the RHS. So this 10 you are sending it to the other side, it becomes minus 10 because it is plus 10. When it goes to the other side, it becomes minus 10. Okay, so minus q equal to, here you have a positive integer and a negative integer. Okay, so you will subtract. So 10 minus 6 is 4. Okay, and the sign of the answer will be the sign of the bigger number. Now out of 6 and 10, which is bigger? 10 is bigger. 10 has which sign? Negative sign. Okay, so you will have a negative sign. Clear? So now see, you have 2 negative signs here. So both the signs gets cancelled. So q equal to 4. Okay, so how will you check? For checking, just substitute the value of q here. So it is 10 minus, you have q value as 4. Okay, so 10 minus 4 is 6. Now q is, RHS is also 6. Clear? So I suggest you to practice these problems. So by just listening, you might feel it very simple, but while doing, always, all the students, most of the students will get confused in this plus and minus signs. Okay, so always practice. Okay, so practice, which makes you perfect in this concept. Okay, so if you have any doubts, again you can come check the video and again you can go for practicing. Clear? So now the next one, you have 2t minus 5 equal to 3. Okay, so here I have minus 5 extra. So this minus 5 I'll send it to other side. Okay, so let me send this minus 5 to this side. So when I send a minus quantity to RHS, it becomes plus. Okay, so I have 2t here in LHS is equal to, I have 3 in RHS and this minus 5 also I'll send here. Okay, so it becomes plus 5. Okay, minus quantity becomes plus quantity. Okay, so 2t is equal to 8. Now this 2t is nothing but 2 multiplied by t. I want only t. Okay, I'll send 2 to this side. So 2 is in multiplication. So when it goes to the other side, it becomes what? It becomes division. Okay, now again you know it is 2 1s are 2 4s are. So the value of t, you got it as 4. Right? Now how do you check? To check, so you'll substitute the value of t. T is nothing but 4 minus 5. Okay, so this is 8 minus 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. RHS is also 3. Simple. Now moving on to the next one, you have 14 equal to 27 minus x. Okay, so let me send this 27 to this side. Okay, so I want to send 27 to this side. Okay, so you want to send a plus quantity to LHS, so it becomes plus becomes minus. Okay, so it becomes minus 27 is equal to, here I have minus x. Clear? So 14 minus 27, you have a positive integer and a negative integer. So what do? You subtract. Okay, so subtracting 27 and 14, you get 13. But the bigger number has which sign? Minus sign. So it is minus 13 equal to minus x. Minus 13 equal to minus x. So what is x? X is nothing but 13. Okay, so how do you check here also? To check, you will substitute 14 equal to 27 minus 13. Okay, in the place of x I am substituting 13. So 14 equal to 27 minus 13 is what? It is 14. right? So LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, now moving on to the next one. Here you see it is a little different case. Okay, so here you have 5 into x plus 4. Okay, 5 into x plus 4. Clear? So here you see you have this complete thing multiplied by 5. Firstly, let me transfer this 5 to this side. Okay, so here it is 5 into 5 multiplied by x plus 4. So multiplication when it goes to other side becomes division. Okay, so let me write here. So x plus 4 equal to 35. You have 35 already here, you are writing it, and this 5 you are sending it here. 5 is in multiplication, when it goes here it becomes division. Simple, understood? So this is x plus 4 equal to 5 ones are 5 sevens are 35. So x plus 4 is 7. Okay, now you have 4 extra here. Okay, you have plus 4. This plus 4 I will send it to this side. Okay, so x equal to 7. Now plus 4 when it goes to other side becomes minus 4. Okay, so x is nothing but 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay, now how do you check? So checking. So it is 5 into x value is 3 plus 4 equal to 35. Okay, 5 multiplied by 3 plus 4 is 7 equal to 35. So 5 sevens are 35 equal to 35. Right? So let us move on to the next bit. Yes, moving on to the next bit. Here you have minus 3x equal to 15. Okay, so here since there is nothing, you should know that this is nothing but minus 3 multiplied by x. Okay, so now I want to send this minus 3 which is multiplied by x to this side. So what does it become? Don't worry about this minus sign, you just see that x and 3 has a multiplication in between. Okay, so multiplication becomes division. Okay, so x is equal to 15, it becomes division, and you have minus 3. Okay, so the entire minus 3 comes to division. Okay, so this is x is equal to, now you know 3 ones are 3 5s are 15. Okay, so this is 5 by minus 1. You have minus sign, so it is 5 by minus 1. So the same thing you can write x equal to minus 5. Right? So now let us check. So checking. So you have minus 3 into, so x is minus 5. Okay, so minus 3 into 5 is nothing but 15. Minus into minus is plus, so the answer is plus 15. Okay, so this 15 is equal to 15. RHS is also 15. Clear? So here moving on to the next one, you have 5x minus 3 equal to 3x minus 5. Here also what I suggest is, firstly choose a bigger value. Okay, out of 5x and 3x, which is bigger? 5x is bigger. Okay, so this model we have done without transposing. Now we will do with transposing. Okay, so you have 5x. Now what I am saying is, I'll transpose this 3x to this side. Okay, whichever is smaller, we shall bring it to the bigger value side. Okay, so out of 5x and 3x is smaller, so you are bringing it. Okay, so you have 5x minus 3 here, and you are bringing 3x also this side. Now 3x is what? It is positive. Okay, when a positive quantity comes to LHS, it becomes negative. Okay, positive becomes negative, so it becomes minus 3x equal to, you have minus 5 left out here. Okay, so let us bring these two x terms together. 5x minus 3x minus 3 equal to minus 5. 5x minus 3x again. 5x minus 3x gives you 2x. So 2x minus 3 equal to minus 5. Okay, now here you can see I have minus 3 extra, so let me send it to this side. Okay, so 2x, it is minus, so when it goes to the other side, it becomes what? It becomes plus. So you have minus 5 here, so this becomes plus 3. Okay, now negative integer, positive integer. So what will the answer be? You will subtract 5 and 3, so the answer is 2, and bigger number has negative sign, so you will write a negative sign. Okay, so you have 2x equal to minus 2. Now I want only x. Okay, I have 2 extra here, and this 2 is multiplication. So when it goes to the other side, becomes division. Okay, so x is equal to minus 2. Now this 2 you are bringing into this side, so it becomes division. Okay, so this is 2 ones are 2 ones are. Now what is the value of x? X equal to minus 1. Okay, you have minus 1. Don't forget the signs. Okay, signs are very important. These positive and negative signs will put you in hell. Okay, so be very careful with the signs. Okay, so once you know how to handle them, everything will be easy for you. Okay, that is the reason I am asking you to practice. Do practice. Clear? So now let us check this. So to check, we'll have to check LHS and RHS separately, as I told you. So LHS is what it is, 5x minus 3. RHS is 3x minus 5. Okay, so this is 5 into what is x? X is minus 1 minus 3. Okay, 5 into minus 1. 1 into 5 is 5 and you have a minus. Okay, and you have minus 3 again. So two negative integers, you will add them. So 5 plus 3 gives you 8 and you will write a negative side. Okay, so LHS is minus 8. Now what is RHS? RHS is 3 multiplied by minus 1, x is minus 1, minus 5. 3 multiplied by minus 1 gives you minus 3. Okay, and you have minus 5. Minus 3 minus 5 gives you minus 8. So LHS is equal to RHS. Clear? So moving on to the next one. Here you have 3y plus 4 equal to 5y minus 4. Which is bigger, 3y or 5y? 5y. So let us send this 3y to this side. Okay, so I want to send this 3y to RHS. Clear? So you have 4 left over here. 4 is equal to 5y minus 4. This 3y, this is plus 3y. When it comes to the other side, it becomes minus 3y. Okay, so 4 is equal to, let us bring the y terms together, 5y minus 3y minus 4. Okay, so 4 is equal to 5y minus 3y gives you 2y, you have minus 4. Clear? So now let us take this minus 4 to this side. Okay, so this is 4, you have 4 here, minus 4 taking it to our side becomes plus 4 equal to 2y. Okay, so 8 equal to 2y. Now you want the value of y, which means you will take this 2 to this side. Okay, so 2 is in multiplication. When it goes to the other side it becomes division. So it is 8 divided by 2 equal to y. Okay, so this is 2 ones are 2 fours are. So what is the value of y? Y is nothing but 4. Now let us check. So to check again we will need LHS, RHS. Okay, so LHS is nothing but 3y plus 4. So 3 into y is 4. So 3 into 4 plus 4. So 3 fours are 12 plus 4 is 18. Clear? So now what is RHS? RHS is 5y minus 4. 5 multiplied by y is 4 minus 4. 5 fours are 20 minus 4 is 16. Okay, this is also 16. 3 fours are 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. Okay, so LHS is equal to RHS. Clear? So now moving on to the next one. Here you have 3 into x minus 3, 5 of 2x plus 1. Okay, so this 3 is multiplied completely with x minus 3. This 5 is the multiplication for complete 2x plus 1. Okay, so let us distribute this. You have learned distributive property, right? So this 3 is distributed to x. This 3 is also distributed to 3. This 5 is distributed to 2x. This 5 is distributed to 1. So how will you write now? So this is nothing but, now 3 multiplied by x gives you 3x. You have a minus sign in between, write it. Okay, 3 multiplied by 3 gives you 9. Simple, finished. You have equal to in between, write it. Now 5 multiplied by 2x. 5 multiplied by 2x. What will you do? You will simply multiply 5 and 2. 5 2s are 10. So you have 10 and you have a x here. So it is 10x. Okay, and you have plus, write plus. 5 multiplied by 1 gives you 5. Simple. Now out of 3x and 10x, which is bigger? 10x. So let us transpose this 3x to this side. Okay, so I have minus 9 here left over. So this is 10x. Let me write 3x here itself. So this is plus 3x. So it becomes minus 3x. Okay, and I have plus 5 here. Understood? So I am writing 10x and I am bringing 3x to this side. So it becomes minus 3x and I have 5 here. So I am writing 5. Okay, so minus 9 equal to 10x minus 3x is 7x. 10 minus 3 is 7x. Okay, you have plus 5. Now you want the value of 7x. Okay, so you will transfer this 5 to this side. Okay, so this is plus 5. When it goes to the other side, becomes minus 5. Minus 9 minus 5 is equal to 7x. Okay, so two negative integers, what will you do? You will add them. So 9 minus 5 is 14 and you will write a minus sign. Okay, equal to 7x. Now you want the value of only x, so you will transfer this 7 to this side. Okay, so this 7 is in multiplication. When it goes to other side, becomes division. So this is minus 14 divided by 7 equal to x. Okay, so this is 7 ones are 7 twos are 14. So what is the value of x? X you got minus 2. Okay, you have minus here, so it is minus 2. Clear? Now let us check. So to check, we'll take LHS and RHS separately. So LHS is nothing but 3 into x minus 3. Okay, so 3 multiplied by x is what? Minus 2, you have minus 3. So 3 minus 2 minus 3, two negative integers you will add and you will write a minus sign. Okay, so this is 3 multiplied by minus 5. 3 5s are 15 and you have a minus. So LHS is minus 15. Now what is RHS? RHS is 5 multiplied by 2x plus 1. Okay, so it is 5 multiplied by 2. X is what? X is minus 2 plus 1. Okay, 2x is nothing but 2 into x. Do you agree? Okay, so this is 5 multiplied by 2 into x. So this is 2 into minus 2. 2 2s are 4 and you have a minus. And here you have plus 1. One negative integer, one positive integer. Okay, so this is 5 multiplied by 1 negative, 1 positive. So you will subtract. So 4 minus 1 is 3 and you will put the sign of the bigger number. Bigger number has minus sign, so I am writing minus. Okay, so again this is 5 into 3. 5 3s are 15 and you have a minus. Okay, so LHS is 15, RHS is also 15. Okay, so the value you got x equal to minus 2 is correct. So in without transposing method, you are adding or subtracting on both the sides of the equation to get the value of the variable, right? But here what are you doing? You are completely taking it to the other side. Okay, you will not have it here. So you don't have double calculation here. In that method we used to calculate LHS, you also have to calculate RHS, but here you will just transfer this entire thing to the other side to get the value. So here itself you will do the calculation. You don't have to do anything here, right? So this makes our calculations even more easier. So today we have learned two methods, okay, with transposing and without transposing. With transposing means sending the entire term to the other side. Without means you will not send anything to any side. They will be on the same side. You will just calculate on both the sides, right? So I hope you found it interesting and I suggest you to practice these things one more time, okay, so that it will be picture clear for you. And I am sure this video helped you. If yes, then please do like this video and also share this channel to all your friends, because in this lockdown online classes are going on and everyone needs some help. So share this channel to all your friends so that we can continue our good work and do more and more hard work, okay? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because subscription is free. Thanks for watching.